When he was young, he had to overcome the death of his entire family. He worked in a factory while he studied for the priesthood in secrecy. These actions helped shape the personality of John Paul II, one of the most important people of the 20th century and the history of the Catholic Church. He had the makings of an actor, but the arrival of war and Nazi occupation changed his plans. He was a priest under a communist dictatorship in Poland, where Nazi terror had been replaced by the forced labor camps in Siberia and a persecuted church throughout Eastern Europe. His life changed in the fateful year of 1978, known as the Year of the Three Popes. After the death of John Paul I, only 33 days after his election, Cardinal Wojtyła once again traveled to Rome, only to find himself staying there.
Sancte Romane Ecclesiae Cardinalem Wojtyła.
Lo hanno chiamato di un paese lontano.
They called him the athlete of God. He often skied, rode, and mountain climbed, surprising the world by his strength and energy. His time spent as Pope was the third longest in history. His pontificate lasted 26 years. During that time, he became the leading moral authority for Catholics as well as non-Catholics. Nobody in the history of mankind has visited and been seen by more people. He met with every world leader from his time, visited almost every country in the world during his 104 trips abroad, and circled the world 29 times, the equivalent of 3 times the distance between the Earth and the Moon. The miners would like you to wear this helmet, so you can also be a miner of Katatai. We believe in God, Your Holiness. He was the Pope of human rights and the fight against violence. After the September 11th attacks on the Twin Towers, John Paul II called for avoidance of the idea it was a war between civilizations.
Padre di tutti, ascolta il grido unanime dei tuoi figli. Mai più la guerra, avventura senza ritorno, mai più la guerra, spirale di lutto e di violenza.
The late John Paul II became ill with a flu and a sore throat. During this time, the Gemelli Hospital in Rome became the center of Christianity. Pilgrims from all over the world accompanied him below his window. The Pope's sickness captured media attention worldwide. More than 1,000 radio and television stations followed his condition minute by minute. With much effort and sadness, this was the last time the Pope blessed the faithful in attendance. His window remained lit, but little by little, the light went out. The Vatican spokesman was visibly moved to tears, saying John Paul II had lost consciousness.
Papa lucido, extraordinariamente sereno, con la logica relativa a difficoltà di respirare, immagine nuova. Difficoltà respiratoria, logica. Se ci sono altri aggiornamenti poi ci teniamo in contatto. Comunque, come sapete, la sala sarà sempre aperta. Grazie.
Romans and visitors filled St. Peter's Square to keep vigil, and counting the minutes, accompanied the Pope on his final voyage. On April 2nd, at 9:37 p.m. Roman time, the solemn bells of St. Andrew announced to the world that Karl Wojtyła's heart had stopped beating. The world paused for a moment to say goodbye to John Paul II. 3 million people came to Rome to pay their last respects to a person who had left his mark on their souls. Leaders across the world stopped talking about political disputes and prayed together for his soul. The pilgrims told the Church there was no need for a beatification process because to them, the Pope was already a saint.